1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alright, let's walk over down the mic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Alright, let's walk over down the mic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and that is telling me that my binding keys for the mic haven't worked. Alright, let's walk over down the mic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and that is telling me that my binding keys for the mic haven't worked. Alright, let's walk over down the mic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and that is telling me that my binding keys for the mic haven't worked. Alright, let's walk over down the mic. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't know about you guys, but I'm having fun listening to the playback of this. It's all over the shop. This is the sort of content that I am here for. Absolute garbage. I don't know about you guys, but I'm having fun listening to the playback. All over the shop. I really think this sort of content that I am here for. Absolute garbage. This sums up the channel. But I'm having fun listening to the playback. All over the shop. I really think this a lot of the guys just absolute garbage. This sums up the channel. Just hopped in. All over the shop. I really think this a lot of the guys just absolute garbage. This sums up the channel. Just hopped in. All over the shop. I really think this a lot of the guys just absolute garbage. This sums up the channel. Just hopped in. All over the shop. I really think this a lot of the guys just this sums up the channel. Just hopped in. Right, and as smooth as that, and I see that's probably killed off most of my viewers in that one fell swoop. But welcome to take 2 of the live stream. Probably going to try and make it a little bit more entertaining than last time, where, if you remember for who was there, nothing bloody happened. And we might not spend as much time not doing anything either. Sudri and Efo is the one supplying the music, if he doesn't know it, but, you know. Good music. I always like these themes. Never used them in any of my videos, though, because it's a bit harsh going around knocking off stuff when it's not all free license. Look at me, I'm acting like I'm some professional streamer. Now, when we left our adventures on the island of Sodor last time, we'd just set up a fuel route with an incredibly long boat trip that took the better part of 70 minutes. Such is the power of working with these extremely large maps. So it's biggest town, the Brendam Oil Port, down in Knapford Harbour. Yeah. Ridiculously long. Quickly realised we're just going to be fighting money trouble, so I've turned costs off so we can actually just have some fun with this. I think it seems more appropriate than just watching us run out of money. Following, I think... No, my memory of the Thomas law is a bit rusty, sorry, but not exactly where the first railway should have been. But we've run from Kirkrunner to Rolf's Castle, and we'll continue through Kelsthorpe Road to the future site of the workshops at Craven's Gate. Should be a nice little run along the mountains. Actually, what colour did I use for the build? We'll call this the green line, because I've used green. Green is a nice colour. If it's the colour of the grass, it's good enough for me. This is Glenn. He's our first engine. His hobbies are clay pigeon shooting and talking about the old country. He's not that thrilling of an engine. And he's not being painted green. But the railway line is. Done. Now, the limited comments coming in. Hello to Mr. Toad. And Vic Block says hello. Hello to you too. Make a Tugs YouTube poop. Righto. You make a Tugs YouTube poop. Oh yeah, I don't have to worry about meeting costs anymore. I can just do what I want. We're going to have some fun with it. We're going to build mainline quality line first off. We're also not the Settle and Carlisle. We're not going to have 80 kilometres of viaduct. Actually, that reminds me, before we get too far into that. Yeah! All our animals survived. SC Ruffy. Ooh, he's got a same name. There, D7101, the star of the last one. Any good. Bear cam. I've already ruined this stream. I've literally just ADHD my way away, and I don't, taking us away from the beautiful premise I was setting up, and we're following Bear again. Now, that's the content you came here to see. Bears. And a hello from Ryan Perez, or hello to Ryan Perez, I should say. Hey man, hey back to you too. Look at me, I'm carrying on like I do this for a living. Should get some custom titles done by a professional. Sell myself out to the first gaming company who offers me money. Because, you know, this is the modern gaming experience. We're not where COD is... Actually, COD hasn't been a thing for a bit, but, you know, no one actually wants to watch interesting games anymore. It's all about watching boring people play boring games. And, you know, Look at that gradient. I don't think I actually changed anything from that piece of track when I deleted it, but it feels like I have. And frankly, I don't have to pay for it, so I don't care anymore. Done. We'll, can be a light green. And I immediately forgot where I was up to. I think I was just talking rubbish, actually. So we're not really missing out on too much, so... You know, if you want to talk amongst yourselves while I'm just goofing around with this, you can. Although you probably won't hear each other. Such is the nature of internet conversations, I find. Ooh, Jenny Lynn. Right. I like the variants tab now. But we'll, what did I pick last time? I picked the planet. A suitable name. Then with 2 N's. I mean, you know, I get asked a lot. Well, I used to. Whenever I leave myself open to questioning about my content, I get asked, how do you come up with your ideas? And frankly, I don't know. Because if this is what I come up with, may God have mercy on my comedy. It seems to work though, you people all enjoy it, so I'm not complaining. I'm just saying it's not exactly high art or well, we're finding anyway. So we can shut down the Kirkland and Bus Company now. Because 1, we don't have to worry about making money anymore. And 2, Glenn with 2 N's will now take care of everything. And I mean everything. That's the face of an engine that knows that all the backpackers have been murdered in Sodor. That's a friendly crewman, actually. Look at him. I imagine this driver's a much nicer person. Sort of like, the end premise of Catch Me If You Can, where it's like Frank Abagnale's handler. I imagine he's the FBI handler for Glenn with 2 N's. Tell me, mate. High art. Calstorps Road. What a lovely station. No one's going there though, because it's a 50k hike up this hill. And I wasn't going to do anything, but now I have the money to fix it. I can just evict everyone out of Calstorp and do what I want. I'm in charge of this island, really. I mean, this is what I've been trying to do with the YouTube peeps for years. I'm in charge. Oh my goodness, they killed those people. That wasn't me. That wasn't me. That's the local government agreeing with my aggressive policy of resettling. This is how bad things start to happen to the locals. Anyway, be cheerful. Hello? Look at this fella. Oh, Nudie. Ah. Look at him. It's a thin controller. Look at that. No. Ah. Blast. No. Top quality content. I mean, realistically, I could really just go bang, done. Who cares? We don't have to pay for anything now. We can become the tycoon barons we want to be. Well, I can anyway, and you guys are sort of reluctant passengers on this journey. I imagine you guys are like the crew of the Titanic, you know, and I'm the captain. And then I'll just hand you guys the keys. And just say, you know, I'm going off for a nap. Good luck. And then get annoyed when it hits the iceberg, even though I'm the one who steered us on this wrong course to begin with. Josh Productions 07 says helly, but then he retracted that message and wrote hello. I see everything, mate. No escape from me. Not that that's a bad thing anyway, we're all allowed to make mistakes. I'll just call you out on it. Shade of blue. Anyway. Go red for 1 services and yellow for 2s. Right. Again from Josh A7. Tugs episode 14. We need it. Oh, wouldn't you love to bring Tugs back? Gotta say, that's like the, probably my most favourite kids show anyway. Can't go wrong with Tugs. There's, minor YouTube celebrity, Gary Brennan, said, Tugs is like Thomas the Tank, but set in a harbour. No, it's, Tugs is like Thomas, but on water. And he's right, you know. But it's also Thomas on drugs. And not the fun drugs. Like pretty hardcore psychological repression sort of stuff. Good show. Love it. Also from Josh, you made the famous O-Face video. Yes, I did. I did. That's me. The guy who made the O-Faces. You know how old that video is? How that has marked the rest of my amateur career online? No matter where you run, I am the O-Faces guy. I didn't even come up with it. I was just a stupid teenager then trying to riff off Keeper of Porridge. And I got exactly what I deserved. What do we call this? Bus cows. 8 years ago, thank you. That means you've got the video up. Please don't. Please don't. I don't even know what you're going to do, but please don't. I say that jokingly. Do whatever you can do. Certainly don't let me be the one to dictate what you can and can't do. But I'd rather you don't. See, to me that makes sense, but everyone else is going to be confused. Ooh, we're getting some, actually Josh Productions is coming up with some good questions here. Tags is your feckin' to safe it show. Second favourite show, that's good. It's a good show, you know. If anyone puts it anywhere on their list of good shows, I'll be happy. Not that I'm an authority on tags, I just enjoy it. Who's Josh from your old videos? Back when I started this channel, I was in school. Josh was a friend at school at the time who liked what I was doing, so I made him a video. Yeah. His channel name was Hamadush, something like that. It turns up in the video. Haven't talked to the bloke in years. You know, play your sad music about that, but yeah. There's a lot of the stuff links back to when I was treating Burger on films as just the anything goes channel. You'll find if you track back early enough, there's well, he's good. Good, fair enough. There's stuff when I was trying to put railway stuff and motorsport stuff up here, and I keep it up because it's actually been linked to by a lot of people. There's a few websites that still host a few old Bioko on Films motorsports videos, so I gotta keep them up. Same with all the old Red Gum stuff. Bit of a fan of Australian political folk music. There's Glennon. Yeah, because the original premise was this channel was going to be Bioko on Films, and there'd be all different sections. Bimod Locomotive Works would do all the train stuff, like YouTube groups, which is why all my old stuff is the title cards with the 2 steam whistles. Which was, no surrender, no CGI was my motto, which was a joke because, yeah, because it's all CGI because I'm making it all on a computer anyway. So that's always been a thing. But yeah, I was going to do a wide range of stuff with the channel and then stuck with it and found a niche making this stuff. Never really changed, I guess. Well, I know I didn't change. Anyway, comments. 10 years since the full CGI series started. Oh my goodness, yeah, I grew up watching them all on tape, so I used to just watch series 1 through 4. And I gotta catch up with all these comments. It's amazing. What did you mark your channel as? I was always Bioko on Films. That name hasn't changed, but I think it's marked as comedy and motorsport. Or it's comedy now. I got rid of a lot of the tags. But yeah, it was just going to be each different video, so you knew by what title card came up when you clicked on it. But yeah, I have a lot of big ideas like that, and they very rarely come to fruition simply because I realise how stupid they are. How many oil boats? Oh, Copa. Oh, sorry, I'm stuck in talking about the old days. Sorry, Josh. Copa thing. Nah, not for kids. Oh, no way. Now, I've noticed too during lockdown that during all this worldwide lockdown, I'm getting a lot more adult channels who have kids in their family, and the kids are watching my stuff, and I'm just hoping I don't get community guidelines for it. I've only lost one video during all of this, and it was just one of Hitler's speeches poorly edited into a kids show from right back in the old days. But still, gotta be careful. Adults only channel. Too much mature content, I find. Right. Privateer Bouncer. Well, the Bioko on films, smiley face. I love his YouTube poops though. That's how I started to sub. Ah, thank you, Bouncer. It's good to know. I found too, recently I've been dealing with a lot more people just messaging me and wanting to chat, and I'm not good at recognising the fame that I've generated around myself. Don't take it well. Thomas came to Australia in 1987, yeah. Seems about right. Really, when I was a kid, I should have been watching Series 7, but I was watching Series 1 and 2, obviously. Now we'll just chuck 4 more boats on here. Fun with your pause button if you want to go through what I'm naming these boats. Josh Productions marked Copper as the automatic option, might mark it as not for kids. I simply find that it's easier just to say that it's adult content. Just stay out of the way of trouble with this. A lot of trouble is the older Thomas stuff is getting flagged, and when people don't have their channels well maintained, gets scary then. I'm concerned for our very old Engine's account. He hasn't been on in a while, at least not making stuff, but all of his stuff is getting flagged as for kids. And that's the only source of the original WTL swear pack you can get, because the rest of us who have it have decided never to hand it out again, for very good reasons. Unfortunately, it's made a comeback recently, and I'm not happy. Yeah, just automatic option, just say it's not for kids. Easy enough. Nothing you put up is for kids. Stay out of trouble. I've noticed a lot of my subscribers are 40 and up, and that just means that it's people using their parents' accounts to watch anyway, but at least you can say you put the option on your video if they get after you. Because if there's one thing you don't want to mess with in this world, and I wish I could bring up more than 3 title cards, because this would be life advice with Bioko on films. Never piss off parents. If you want a more unreasonable person in the world, it's a parent. They do not care about your little YouTube art project. They do not care about your subscriber count. All they care about is that you made their child learn how to say Heil Hitler, and they are not happy about it. Copa is a good thing. Hurts us creatives who just like to flaunt the rules, but it's a good thing. Josh Productions again saying you're not 40. No, I never said you were 40. I'm saying though that if I check my analytics, it says that most of my subscribers are in their 40s and 50s, and I know they aren't, but I also know their parents are. And you swear in your videos. Mark it as not for kids, save yourself the trouble. Life advice with Bioko. Trust me. And I'll go back up. Gosh. I'd say you're leaving a lot of comments, but no, that's what I want. It at least makes it interesting. What editor do I use? Well, 2 weeks ago, oh, look at that list. All those DX goods is in the general. What editor do I use? 2 weeks ago, I would have just said the same old copy of Adobe Premiere Elements 14 that I always have. But recently, through the beauty of Creative Cloud and a shared account, I've come into possession of Premiere Pro and After Effects. And I'm not using them. I'm using the same old copy of Adobe Premiere Elements 14 that I always have. Stick with what you know and just learn how to work with it. That being said, I'm going to do more stuff with After Effects. Right now, if I want to cut out a character's face and have moving eyes on it, then that's a lot of work. If I can do that for easier, heck of a lot easier, then I will. Not exactly doing much for the Valet, am I? We're going to go to Croven's Gate. Where are we? Okay, let's say upon seeing success of this railway, they decided to build one down at Brendam. We got to get some more railways going. This is Sodor, for goodness sake. In fact, done. We'll just do like season 15 onwards and just put tracks everywhere across this place. What else? 29th of October 2021, this channel will turn 10 years old. Oh, goodness. Don't remind me. That means I'm going to be older too. "10 years of this, eh? Jeez. Doesn't bear thinking about sometimes. Just make yourself sad. Vanilla. Might be doing something for 10 years of the channel. We'll see. I'll probably never finish it, but I'll have some project anyway. It's a year away. I'll get round to it. You use an editor called iMovie. They're good stuff to start off with. Nice, clean, functional software that allows you to do a lot. Props to you on that. That's a good one. This is Transport Fever 2. Been a big fan of the series since it started. When I was a lot less employed than I am now, I used to just live in this game. Good fun. It's a spiritual successor to Railroad Tycoon, and there's, thanks to Steam Workshops, you can mod it so it's basically Railroad Tycoon. So you end up with 50,000 industries. I prefer playing with base levels because it's hard enough keeping track of just running these, let alone adding extra industries in. iMovie's the best free editor since everything is free. Too right. I can certainly run that up the flagpole and select it. You'll be able to tell by the early stuff I started off in Windows Movie Maker. And promptly bricked the computer so that Windows Movie Maker wouldn't work anymore after a while. Don't know how I did that, but it was an old computer anyway. Wish I'd curved stations. It's one thing they haven't brought back yet. But yeah, you certainly go with what's free. Windows Movie Maker is gone. Not surprised. Good riddance. That's what I say. But I'll say, look, if it wasn't for Movie Maker, I wouldn't have started. You gotta start somewhere. Isn't that picturesque? Always gotta start somewhere. Actually, what I will do a quick moment. Don't worry, not going anywhere. I should have... yeah, it's Gordon. Seems fitting. We're building the Brendan branch line, lads. Gotta love it. You can at least get behind Edward's theme. And, you know, I'll still talk to you, but it'll be reluctant. Edward or nothing. Junior and Mike put more effort in the Tugs music. Danger Rescue theme in Tugs is the same as Oliver's theme. Yeah, no, there's certainly a crossover. I mean, both shows were being made at the same time, and just, Mike O'Donnell will tell you that a lot of their stuff was they just produced. He said we produced a heap of themes for the show, but it was probably more than what they knew what to do with. So, yeah. Tugs, yeah, they did. I guess they had more of a budget. They had, you know, it wasn't Bert's little pet project. This was one of David Mitten's well-proven projects that sadly didn't continue. They certainly had more money to throw around and longer times to work with. You know, a Thomas episode is 4 minutes 30. A Tugs episode could be anywhere from 15 to 20 minutes, depending on the editing, whether it was a TV episode or a VHS episode. They did good with Thomas for the time they had. And, yeah, I certainly... yeah. Tugs had better long music, but Thomas nailed the chippy little themes. cheapy little themes that just sum up shows and characters. And they were given a lot of themes to work with. Message retracted. Better be keeping nice in the chat. Warrior's theme is close to Trevor's. Yeah. It's almost like both these shows were made by the same people, you know? On a budget. So they just reused a lot of stuff. Because that's what happened. Ain't no great surprise that they just happened to have worked out the perfect Gauge 1 steam engine to use, and then Marklin engines start turning up in tugs. I have not put a bus depot down for ages. John Hassler did a show with the voice of 10 cents. Ah, fair enough. Good on him. Good voice actor, I'll say. Nice accent. Recently, as part of just the Thomas TpF community, we've been digging up all the TV appearances of Michelangelis. It's great. I've got a few good ones. They might turn up in a video or two. It's always strange hearing someone who works with a kids show go off and do something else. Like George Carlin. Unfortunately, because George Carlin's swearing his head off is so readily available, it ruins the YouTube peeps, because you know what's coming. But still, Suttery's a brown line. Brendan Murray Company. Yep, the guy who plays Top Hat doesn't die because he's your favourite voice actor. Fair enough. Can't really guarantee immortality for the fella, but I hope he has a long, happy life anyway. He probably would by this stage, he'd be old enough. Hey Apple Studios, morning sir. Morning to you too. Feel free to either sit and watch or not. Up to you. Everyone who lives in the US hates Michelangelis. Angelus. Never figured out how to pronounce his name. It's weird. I doubt it. It's not like they're having anti-Michelangelis freight trains. Damn it, hating this. It's not like they're having hate rallies about the fella. It's just like how we say Ringo's better than George Carlin. You know, you like what you grow up with. Certainly, I think he's... Ah, bye for now. Yeah, fair enough. See you around. I think Angelus is a... Certainly the best of the old like season 5 voice actors. Although the guy who does the German dub's amazing. Been watching a bit of the German stuff, and I can't understand a word of it, but I know what they're going on about because I know the episodes. Gosh, he's got a smooth voice, that fella. People know you as the guy who ruined Yakko's world. Hey, Apple. Fair enough. Oh, we can paint whatever colour we want. Gosh, that's alright. We'll leave it. Glenn with 3 N's. Look at him go. Yeah, don't mind the Yakko Worlds memes coming along. Oh, look, we can pretend we're at Pangton Sands and watch the trains coming over the cliff top. The old country. Chuff, chuff, chuff. Isn't that lovely? Look at that. Isn't that lovely? You know, postcard. Welcome to Brendam. There. Whoa! Assets. Do we have anything nice we can put in the foreground? We'll put a steam engine on the sea. Yeah. Hovering carriage. Woo! There. Boom, 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 boom. It's like a kid playing with Matchbox toys. Ah! Oh no. Call the ambulance. That looks enough like an ambulance. Ooh, Venera out. Gosh, that's something for people who remember the last game and it's modding. Wee woo, wee woo. And he's taken the wrong turn and driven into the ocean. Yep. Oh, the humanity. Hardly feel like being sociable now that I've seen the death of an ambulance crew. Ah, T-posing. Get in there, lad. Look at him go. That's the unmoving one. Well, I've had fun. Anyway, hey Apple. Video got 100k views and you weren't even trying. Haha. I know what you're on about. Someone was asking me about the O-faces before. Get stuck in that. Ugh. Jeez. You disapprove of the lack of Henry bowling. May I ask what Henry bowling is, or is this a obscure reference that I'm not going to get? I am pretty obscure. One of my own videos. Henry bowling. One of my own videos. I made it. Oh my goodness. Oh, cripes. Yeah, that's why I can't remember it. Gosh, the Telstar collab. Yeah, I was only thinking about that. Yeah, I keep forgetting about that video because it's not on my channel. So when I scroll through and check on stuff, I forget I did it sometimes. Yeah, well, you know what they say. You don't want to go bowling with Henry anyway. Surely a lack of Henry bowling is a good thing. That's why they dropped him from the Steam team. Henry was just a bit much to deal with, so they just cut him. Just kept wanting to go bowling. Oh, I've cooked this line arrangement so badly. We're not going up George Street. We'll stop closer. Yeah, cut Henry out of it. Stuff him. What is Henry's main character trait aside from just falling in the sea? Or crashing it? Henry's main trait as a character is that he crashes a lot and feels sorry for himself. So let's all take a moment. Jeez, I'm great at thinking these up on the spot. Let's all take 25 seconds and feel sorry for Henry. Yeah, F's in the chat for Henry. If there is anyone else watching aside from you and myself, Apple, F's in the chat for Henry. I mean, goodness, we simplified the personalities, say the writers, to make them more of just easier characters to work with, and they just made Henry the whipping boy. Thank you for everyone who put an F up, both of you. Oh, Edgar Kovacs. Hello too. Good to see we're getting some sympathy in the chat for the biggest idiot on Sodal. Ah, he's not bad. Don't mind Henry. As the fan community is showing, Henry has a lot of redeeming qualities when used properly as a character. He just never gets a shot. But yeah, Henry bowling. Gosh, the Telstar collab when I picked up about 800 subscribers from finishing, if I might say so myself, 13th in a top 20 YouTube poops of 2020 from Emperor Lemon. Certainly got a fair few subscribers, and I'm not saying they're all good subscribers. They didn't all behave themselves, but fans were fans. And it's just nice, saying, oh, I got into a list of good channels. And then Emperor Lemon sort of just disappeared from YouTube pooping. So I never got a chance to see if I could have followed it up with another success, because I know it was only because I worked with Telstar that I got carried onto that. Wouldn't mind doing another collab though sometime. Can we agree that Thomas went anti-simp mode during the Great Race? That is some strange language here, lad. Anti-simp. Okay, I'm going to say I haven't seen the Great Race enough to know what you're on about. For those uninitiated, a simp is somebody who... What's it? Follows female Twitch streamers and donates a lot of money and gets annoyed when they have boyfriends. So, you know, your usual charmer. Simp is defined by PewDiePie. Don't ever say nice to female. Oh yeah, Thomas was just being nice to the female engines, wasn't he? Or Naya or whatever, the Indian one. I forget. I haven't really seen that much of them. I sort of dropped off watching Thomas specials after calling all engines, and I never even saw that. Gosh, I call myself a fan. You know, being anti-simp, you might as well just say Thomas was being nice to people. You don't have to categorize every single thing into a category as a meme. Oh yeah. Some of them are horrible. Yeah, it's that main trouble of removing human interactions. And you find most streamers get it. I'm pretty lucky. Oh, you mean the specials? I was just going on about the state of the world. Yeah, nah. Oh no, I did see, what was it, that one where they went to the, the two mentally deranged Steelworks engines that kidnap people. Beyond Sodor. Wow. I like that they at least, they had an outlet for all their stupidity. They'd chuck it all in a special. Unfortunately, Journey Beyond Sodor, yeah. Unfortunately, that seems to have disappeared with Big World, Big Adventures, and it's... it's not Thomas anymore. He said with a tinge of sadness in his voice, it's got too big and too commercialised, and it's not the show we want it to be. Especially now Andrew Brenner's left. I mean, when you look... Like season 3 onwards, Brenner had been writing episodes for the show, sometimes without even realising it, and definitely without being credited for it. Yeah, Reverend Audrey is rolling in his grave. You could hook up some belts to him and use him to power an electrical generator the way he's spinning at the moment. And I'm sure that comment will just infuriate him further, and I'll probably get a nice letter from the Audrey estate. But it's true. Just, yeah. I mean, he got annoyed enough about Henry stopping in a forest. Imagine what he thinks now. I'm sure Christopher wouldn't be... Christopher would be happy if there were already checks coming in, though. It really wasn't the series Christopher wanted to do, and I've noticed there's a... But that looks nice, we'll keep that road junction. It's sort of a trend of, children of British franchises of popular children's series, which is oddly specific, but getting roped in to do their parents' shows and continue their work. I guess Thomas wasn't a show, but you know. Christopher didn't run right, Thomas, and he got roped into it. And unfortunately took over, got handed the franchise just as the television series started to ruin things. For the books, anyway. I'd give up the channel if it meant that we just got, like, from 1985 onwards, the Railway series as Christopher Audrey intended with all the characters. So we're out there. Used to make Thomas Pooks, but you less good videos. Yeah, fair enough. It's a learned exercise, I guess. Stop caring after Dave the Diesels. Oh my goodness, what? That was just when I'd started on this channel, which is way after you should have stopped, yeah. Way after they should have stopped. Now the community at the time was amazing then. So I just sort of gotten into it. I was watching Leo Kim video doing Thomas toy reviews before. Well, he claims he got ruined by the algorithm, but it's been like, I don't know. You keep doing the sorry, you keep doing the same thing consistently forever, and eventually you just run out of ideas, or run out of keeping. Yeah, stop caring about the main series on YouTube you're rolling. Yeah, fair enough. So I'm just going on that Leo Kim video at the moment. Eventually you run out of ideas, or just content, and you end up producing the same stuff over and over again, and the fans just walk away. And I found a lot of YouTubers can't accept that, which is a shame. But yeah, I was really into Simon Martin's British Railway series, British Railway Stories, which is sadly 2 books in a YouTube series is finally winding up. And it was, you know, ambitious idea. He had the talent to go. But the fool got himself a real job in the railways instead of just writing a children's book. Which is a shame, because I saw the potential there, but at the same time I was prepared to even have just watched it. And he did Day of the Daltic probably a year and a half before Day of the Diesels came out, and it was so obvious that they've stolen his idea. And there was someone else who did a Tommy Trackmaster sort of piss take of the announcement and actually mostly predicted how it would turn out, which isn't too surprising. I want to do Thomas again, but you got creator's block. Well, I find with most things in life, you've got to either sorry, I've hit the wrong angle there and I've got a cough in my throat still. It's not coronavirus, it's called getting nervous and forgetting to pack yourself enough water for the stream. Creator's block is bull. You either have the ideas for an episode or you don't. Which means it's not bull, because it's actually true. It's a weird 50-50 thing. You can either push through with ideas. Thank you, Anthony. Yes, I probably do. Dunno. Waiting to see how a co-worker tests. Then I might have it. I think it's the ending to catch it now. And just think, if it kills me, think of the popularity the channel will get. I won't be able to do much about it, but yeah. But yeah, look, you've either got the motivation to do something, which is really... Motivation's really a false word. You either want to do something or you don't. you've sort of got a half intention to make a Thomas UTP, but you're not really going to. Who's the channel given to in my will? Ooh. Give us a moment, I'll check. I'll pop the stream on pause. Tell you what, we'll pop the stream on pause. And I'll get myself a drink. And I'll check. Yeah. Thanks, Stepney. Man.
This is Tyler.
And the
Tyler,
ad's
with
opened up.
Grammarly's help, is
Oh my
writing an
goodness,
email
this
to
is
his
turning
boss,
to garbage.
Anita.
Don't
Tyler
look at my
sits
Steam
just 15
details.
feet away, though it can feel like the distance to Antarctica, approximately 47 million feet. Tyler desperately wants Anita to like him, but doesn't want to sound unsure of himself.
This is what I get for not planning.
He also wants to explain the incident at the elevator.
Oh my goodness.
But this
Can I-
probably isn't the email for that.
Right. Oh look, a teaser for a new video. Yeah. Yeah. Old bench lane. Yeah, I realised that teaser has the edges showing, as pointed out to me. Which is why I was humming and hawing through the stream. At least the Discord notification didn't show up. At least that muted. But yeah, as you can see from the search, had a look. Highest bidder gets the YouTube channel. F's in the chat for Henry again. Gordon gets L's. L in the chat for Gordon. Yeah, Anthony gets it. $1. It's really... all this channel's really worth. An Australian dollar. Oh yeah, Eurocon's 3801. Hey, 3801 is back in Steam, lads. Woo! Good news. Once all this is finally left, we will have a near new 38 class to enjoy. If you can't get behind that, I don't know what's wrong with you. Yeah, but look, the photos that come out of it and the restoration looks good. I trust Delmy. Oh, they'll look after in the meantime. And no use betting on when we're going to be back to normal, mate. It's going to be a long time. Which will at least allow me to become a famous streamer. Hey Apple, remember when Gordon pretty much had all of his crashes coming? Yep. And Percy knew when each one of them was going to happen. I tell you what, Anthony, if I become a famous streamer, this channel's going to be worth at least $3 or $4. It is going to go up. On the green line. We're planning ahead here because we really have to. Part of $12 next year. Crubs, I'll give you all my YouTube channels for that. As much as I'd love to say my second account is called WTL Network and my third account is called Real Xbox Nerd will say. You can have some very boring channels that aren't really that are worth less than this. I remember if you're a joke or not, but I remember Henry used to be Henrietta. Yeah, that's a WTL Network joke. Yeah, my fourth account is Keeper of Beans. That's why I made so many O-Face videos back in the day. But yeah, Anthony, just before you popped in, and we were talking about Day of the Diesels and how Thomas specials have turned to garbage. Actually, were they ever any good? Name a good Thomas special. Doctor Who noises, yeah. O-Faces and Doctor Who memes. A lot of the channel. Fox on the run. Okay, aside from Adventure okay, stop pointing out good ones. I will say Lost Treasure was... From what I've seen of it, I've got to really sit down and watch them. I miss out on a lot of stuff, mostly through my own stubbornness. Lost Treasure was okay. Adventure Begins, I will say I have looked into it a fair bit and watched about half of it. All up. Adventure Begins is the best special. By a mile. WTL Network was the definitive epitome of Thomas YouTube poops. No, Bioko is. I'm gonna say no, actually. Yeah. Adventure Begins was good. I am not... Nah. So, where are we up to? I'm having 3 conversations, mostly with myself. It's one of them. It's gonna be a heck of a servicey to get people up to Craven's Gate Station. We're talking like 10 of Garsdale and Cell and Carlisle, where it's like 5 miles away from the town. Anyway, Adventure Begins is good. End of story. That's the only thing I'm putting my foot down on tonight. Adventure Begins was good. Good special. WTL Network, you guys are talking about that with the knowledge of the last few recent years, but really it was either Lickety, Super 58173, who like tally up all their views. Super 58173 has more views on their Thomas content than he did in like 2014 than any of us big time Thomas YouTubers. He made popular stuff that was good. Lickety, I'd like to say, is the epitome, but no, she wasn't. She was just weird. Beans, yeah, Keeper of Porridge was the epitome. Keeper of Porridge is the one I copied. I didn't copy WTL Network in most of his sex jokes and just explosions. I copied Keeper of Beans in his... Well, Keeper of Porridge in his scenario building in the worlds. And scenario building in worlds. Just that, wacky sort of universe. I like to keep it at beans. I'll just leave it at that. I'm just rambling. One winter evening was one of your favourites, Apple. Yes. I think, quote Lickety, Henry likes white girls. Just absolute tasteless humour. Gotta get behind it. My stuff's more developed and consistent. Yeah. Yeah. Look, I'll agree with that. Sort of because I guess from the outset with the YouTube peeps, I knew where I was heading with all this, so. Oops. Just adding the tram track in the wrong way. I knew where I was heading with it from the start, so I've sort of, yeah, I don't know, fleshed it out a lot more in my head. But even then, it hasn't been too much. I think it's simply more because I've committed to longer videos sometimes. Like you know, Hellfire and Black Gold. You had to look that up. That's like a 4-part, 30-minute video. If you want a long-term adventure, I can probably provide you with that. And Black Gold again. Rolling Thunder, I guess, the first one. The first big special I did. And Black Gold is really just... In Black Gold, yeah, if you replace Thomas and Percy with Henry and James, and have Edward still as the guy who solves it all, then that's the sequel to Rolling Thunder. Because I planned out a sequel to Rolling Thunder. I called it Lightning Days, and I put it together. Oh, there's a bit still floating around. It was like Henry's driver and fireman get questioned by the local military. Like the opening scene, but I never really went anywhere with it. Sorry for making those guys homeless. Didn't help my case, but they got room to move now. Whew. Post. Yes. Yeah. Never bothered finishing the sequel for Rolling Thunder. And just started the game from Black Gold. Which was Soundwave's idea to sort of build upon that, and the Great Cowaway chipped in. And I'm still using their ideas for videos today. Hubert the Truck was actually the Great Cowaway's idea, bloody 4 or 5 years ago now. So, but I'm forgetting where I'm getting up to. Better idea to move to bigger things, yeah. Rolling Thunder wasn't that good. And as history shows, I moved to a format that just, I don't know. You get stuck too long on old ideas that I'm with at the moment with the current big special that I wanted to do. You spend too long trying to get it to work, and it won't. Yeah, Hubert the Truck has been a favourite. Probably because I put the extra bit in there because I knew it was going to be in a collab. It showed up alright. Yeah, you gotta know when to walk away from ideas sometimes. And then, of course, Black Gold came along, and then Hellfire was really what I should have done with Rolling Thunder and Lightning Days anyway, so. Also, Croven Skate is getting a tram. So I'm thinking about the trams and not really thinking about what I'm saying. Yeah, with Hellfire, it's 27 minutes all up, and there were so many edits I have to break it down into 3 separate project files just for what I wanted to do with it. Since then, replacement part 2, Hubert the truck, and anything long that I'm working on now gets all done as a separate audio file, and then I go back and do it as a visual. So Hubert the truck has jokes that were cut. Well, one joke that was cut anyway, which means I can re-release it in 4 years' time and say who behind the scenes footage, as any good artist should do. Yeah. Yeah, so, but yeah, I did that idea where I broke down the video into an audio file and then do heaps of visuals over the top. And in here, but that allowed me just to cram in a heap more jokes. Because I'm not slowing down. I mean, this computer's pretty tough anyway. Even for an old computer, it is now. I wasn't slowing down the program by just slicing in 100,000 edits all the time. It makes it easier to work with and you can plan a bit better. I like it. That's what I did with Rolling Thunder first. Yeah. Hellfire's your all-time best. Yeah, don't mind it. Sort of. Rolling Thunder took me 3 months to do. Black Gold took me 2 months. Hellfire, the first half of the first part took me 8 months, and the next 2 parts in the other half of the first half took me 3 weeks. I burned myself out doing that. That was a stupid amount of work to do, and sort of put me off. Guess there was a reluctance to actually finish the replacement because it was just that idea of getting sucked into another big project again. We go over Summer Street car. It says Russian, but these open-sided ones we tend to use around towns that had nice lakes and features to go to. Summer cars. Look at them. Enjoy the summer. There we go, let's fix the broken bounding boxes as well. Perfect. Yeah. Replacement part 2, well, it's really, you say... Oh, good, that's alright, I was just going to keep rambling on about my stuff. Best flavour of Tim Tams. Regular, plain. That's the only flavour of Tim Tams. There are no such thing as other flavours of Tim Tams, alright? All a myth started by Arnott's. I'm not acknowledging that there are different flavours of Tim Tams, actually. Oh, blast, okay, you got me there. White chocolate Tim Tams are pretty good. Okay, white chocolate Tim. If we do a Tim Tam tier list, it's going to be regular, and then white chocolate's a close second. White chocolates are good. Bugger. I forgot about them. I used to live off them. Probably says a lot about my physical condition nowadays. Not overweight, just not fit. Had too many white chocolate Tim Tams. I might actually go... if I was allowed to go outside, I'd go pick up a pack. Hey Apple, it's possible to get a new website. Give me... Ah. Yeah, it's addictive, that stuff. I'll tell you what, it's controversial opinions that no one likes, but I really liked the new barbecue shapes they came out with a few years back. I got around them good. I liked them. And it's a shame that they got rid of them. They weren't as good as the barbecue ones, but they had nice flavour. Fella could get behind them if he opened his mind. I am not wrong. I'm Bioko Honoured Films. I'm never wrong. I am always right. I don't even know what I'm supposed to be wrong about. Trouble is, you're replying the stuff I'm saying in the chat, but I'm about 30 seconds ahead of you. So I'm getting... Okay, white chocolate Tim Tams are the best. Yeah, the new ones were decent flavours. They weren't the best, but at the same time, they got unfairly canned. Yeah. Again. Hey Apple, possible to find anything in there, it'd be funny if you edited. Had the same trouble when I made the peeps of the episode. One person I know who's actually done a good job with them was, I forget his name, Kudak 888. Thomas YouTube Peeps was his channel name. He did good YouTube Peeps of them, but it heavily relied on you knowing the model series and thinking that the modern series was crap. But he did good ones. Bring back to the bokeh to the series. Yeah, James and Tickled Pink. Yeah. Okay, there was a few good bits. And Percy gets impatient and gets the pipe stuck through his head. Okay. Really, if I did put my mind into it, especially nowadays with my editing software, I could probably have a bit of fun with the CGI series. The crap episodes. I mean, it's not like I can say, oh, they've got no story to work with, because I don't use their stories anymore. I make my own stories up using their episodes, so if anything, I should be saying it's full of potential. What I will say is there's not enough negative language. They don't say shut up, they don't say can't anymore. It's all positive. That's good for a psychological standpoint, but bad for me. Shocked no one is asking for bokeh back. The story should decide your fate, yes. Mate, yeah. Oh, it's a Star Wars joke. And I'm still asking them. Okay, so... Mate, everything is too damn happy with the series. Yes. Way too happy. The world needs positivity, but at the same time, yeah, I like the old Railway series was not afraid of just chucking you some very uncomfortable situations sometimes. He says, referencing that one shot of the engines in the scrapyard that every single Thomas fan references. Bring bokeh back. Mate, check my video, The Boko, where, you know, I just make bokeh say Boko for 30 seconds. That is just about, aside from Buzz Buzz, that is nearly every single appearance of Boko from the first 4 seasons. He's not in it that much. It's like asking for Bear in there. Yeah, Boko. Name a character feature, name any of Boko's character traits aside from the fact he's a Metropolitan Vickers Diesel Electric Type 2. Don't look it up. Tell me what's Boko's endearing character features. Because I know you'll bring him up. I'm just waiting to see if you think of the same ones I think of. Telling off Bill and Ben. There is Boko's plot arc. That is Boko's character arc. Carson Marenka did a Cranky Bugs. Yeah. Keeping Bill and Ben in order. Unfortunately, they don't have that anymore. It's more... not even Fergus. Carson Marenka did Cranky Bugs, but redid it so that it's Boko, Bill and Ben and Edward instead of Thomas, Percy, Duck, James and Gordon. And it's definitely a better episode for it. It makes more sense. But it's like people who say they want Bear. There's no character to put into the show. Sad to say. Also interesting how Boko is basically portrayed as a new Diesel in this, yet the wise adult figure. I like how the dynamic, yeah. No, I'll just go adult figure in the relationship. I like how for the Reverend Audrey there weren't dumb childish engines, you know. There were no Billies. There were engines who acted lazily, but there were no Billies, there were no Charlies. Look at that channel. You can set your watch by that. Okay, educate me then. Educating Byoko Day. A character named Billy. No, sorry, Hey Apple. No, what I'm referring to is there was no Billy in the older Railway series books. There was a Billy in the TV series. I remember Billy. You don't have to shout Anthony. I'm explaining it. I wish there wasn't a Billy in the Railway series, because Billy was a rolling mistake. Ooh, and then Charlie, and let's just fill the show with Manning water tanks and repaint them. Just bring back Billy then if you're going to. That's fair enough, hey Apple. Happens to the best of us. Okay, Anthony, you keep shouting for the rest of the video though. You got to keep up this consistency and pace. Go on. That was me clapping my hands together like a coach. Get into it, mate. Yeah, Billy was crap. Billy is still crap. If we did a tier list of Thomas the Tank characters, I wouldn't even count Billy. Billy is garbage. Fair enough. Before I get too far, best Arnott's biscuit. Ooh. Delta Cream. Billy is Z tier. Billy is Z tier. In fact, what we're going to do, just as a nice reminder, because we can, Billy is Z tier. Yeah, one-off characters are Starter Drumbeat, Murdoch. Rosie got lucky with a return appearance. Arthur was it? I had a wooden railway model of Arthur. I didn't even know who he was. That was just... Yeah. He looked to be an interesting character. Wasn't. It's like they say they didn't have the money. They didn't have the money to do all the characters they wanted to in the first few seasons, and then when they got the money, they made way too many characters. Yeah, Arthur could have, yeah, retcon this back up. No Rosie, Arthur's female, so call Arthur Rosie. So Rosie becomes a Midland 2MT, and we don't have Bell the fire engine turn up. Done. Have these fuel boats carried anything? Or is it that long to get fuel delivered? It's that long to get fuel delivered. Oh my goodness. This is a big map. Yeah, I forgot Underdog. Could have also been just a better character. Let's say Croven's Gate's doing so well, we can upgrade the railway. I'd say, can we just get a list going of underused characters? But that's most of the characters. Duck Donald Douglas, yeah, shame. Just, yeah, chuck in more unnecessary characters, make some merchandising of them. At least with Logan, they just straight up admitted that they weren't going to put him in the show. I would have liked if they'd kept with the Logan concept and just had more characters for the kids' playsets. Because I didn't know who Arthur was, but on the Wooden Railway set, he got a lot of use. Who was I talking about? Anthony, just remind me which character was I referring to? I've forgotten. Oh, yeah, Logan. Yeah, well, that says a lot. Logan turned up for a storybook and a model. Yeah, both, actually. Logan or something. Logan. Sorry, I thought you had the other character's name. They made 2 engines that only turned up as storybook and toy characters. And they both got like little 2-minute shorts where they got retconned in, not retconned in the episodes, but Thomas and Percy escorted them off the island, probably to be executed knowing the island of Sodor. But the characters were there. Yeah, like with the Alpha model I had. You don't need to have a character have a story. You just get a model, give it to the kids, and that's where the Thomas brand really shines. I know I've got a few old Thomas Wooden Railway booklets, and it's all the stuff the parents would read, and it's, Thomas encourages playtime adventures and that. You can recreate episodes or make your own. And you can make a lot of episodes in your head. I know, I do it for a hobby. They didn't need to just chuck in all these extra characters into the show. Just chuck them in as Wooden Railway models. Yeah, I've still got the Wooden Railways, and I've still got a box full of Erdls. And if you want to talk about unnecessary characters, look at the Erdl marketing. 16, Wilbert. Not unnecessary, but characters who just get dropped into merchandising. But it was good. I'd never actually read Wilbur the Forest Engine. Wilbur the Forest Engine? Yeah. Cuddly Fells turned up in Ertl? Yeah. Caldy. We'll look at the mountain for it. Caldy Fell turned up in Ertl. And there's some beautiful stop-motion videos getting out a few years back. Back when Leo Gim Video showed you how to motorise an Erdl. A lot of them got wrecked, but a lot of them, because they fit on HO scale track, even with the plastic dicky wheels. And that was good, People starting to play. I think there's even a digital series, King of the Mountain. Just seeing Caldy Fell. you can't really do much with the stories, but you can still have a bit of fun. But you give people the opportunity, give them the characters, and don't give us character traits to go off, and we'll just create something. Yeah, that's creativity at its peak, isn't it? Yeah. Look, Leo's still writing it out. He still makes good stuff, but it's just, I think a lot of us have moved on from it, and the only one who hasn't has been Leo, which has been a bit sad. I mean, I say it like that, like I'm the authority on YouTube channels, but, you know. Still seems like he's trying to put out the Mad Bomber content, sort of. The stuff he was putting out around the same time as Mad Bomber. And I just wish he'd have finished that Blinken series. Good series. Now, what connection have I broken there? Oh, good, we can start running big trains into Craven's Gate. I mean, if you want to talk absolutely influential Thomas content, Mad Bomber was the absolute peak. That was the best Thomas, because it wasn't Thomas. Mad Bomber was just, there was Thomas the Tank Engine, but he didn't know what the other characters' names were, so he just made them up. And that's what I'm saying with creativity and new characters and that. Don't give us backgrounds for characters. Just let us create these wonderful story worlds in our heads, and that's how it works best. So I'm getting flustered about it. I'm just getting excited now. Yeah, absolute peak. Still love Mad Bomber. It's so 1990s Australian kids show that it's great. Putting hurdles on train tracks and just going for it. And gives you special effects artists, so, you know, I'd love to know how many kids got burned trying to recreate the explosions in Mad Bomber. Mad Bomber could have been on the ABC as like a just I don't know. I suppose it's about half an hour. Yeah, like a Christmas special or something. Sorry, hey Apple, I missed you a bit there. Page Boy 72 and the Wooden Railway stuff, yeah. Yeah, all people who make Thomas content with their model trains and upload them to YouTube are idiots, he said, having been one himself. But there are some good stuff coming out. Sodor Dark Times, yes. Alfred the Loaned B12. I'm glad Simon Martin made Simon the B12 and sort of turned the character around. Because B12s were being absolutely painted in the just undeserved light. Arnold the Sodor gets hit with a wave of terror attacks. Total child-friendly ABC material. It was back in the day. Go watch the Ferals or something and just, you know, the ABC allowed anything. Meanwhile, Sodor Dark Times is the perfect unsuitable ABC. Unsuitable for ABC show. That would have been like SBS or something. Yeah. I love the concept too, because back in the day it seemed so grand, and unfortunately it suffers a thing like other Thomas horror content that I'm not talking about because it gets driven into the ground. That the fans got a hold of it and just beat it stupid. But he just took a... Yeah, Viceland, yeah. I was just watching a documentary on ISIS. Oh dear. People just take the content and beat it down these days, but Just taking... Like, who makes a 5-minute Thomas-style episode about Henry dying? And then decides, blow this, we're going to turn it around and have a full-blown horror story out of it. Loved it. Loved it at the time. Doesn't sit well these days when you go back and watch it, because it's just... I guess I've seen better stuff. But yeah. Dark Times was good. Yep. This is what I was skirting around. Shed 17. Alright. I've seen bits of G2, the follow-up. I love how he's just made it a piss take of Shed 17. My goodness, so... It's amazing how for basic animations it can still make me feel sick and uneasy. Pretty gory some bits. Project G1, yeah. Good show, bad fan base. I like that he made some more wholesome Thomas content as well. That was... that was, Rory the coach, I forget which ones, but you know. Yeah, he has done wholesome Thomas stuff, not Rory the coach, but there's been like one Thomas the Tank Engine where it's, actually it's not that wholesome at all. But it's a good Thomas comedy skit. Yeah, the bloke's a Railway Series fan. Knows his Thomas stuff. And he absolutely wove it into a brilliant horror story. Like, I didn't sleep after watching Shed 17. It messed me up for a day or two. But I can appreciate it. It was... I don't know. Not really well made. I guess the animation style's a bit off, but... yeah, it was good. Of course, I'd watched Paul's vids. I'd watched his behind the scenes on Bertha, and that's another just straight up horror film. He does children's show horror pretty well, but I will say some of his other Thomas stuff is pretty funny. It's a nice sort of old school comedy, which is amazing to come from him, but I'm glad that he too, yeah, I'm glad that he too doesn't like the fan base he's created, because I certainly don't. Yeah, that's it. Thomas the PC Tank Engine. That is a great one. Oh dear. Just a nice quick episode. No existential horror. Thomas the Tanked Up Engine. Yeah, mate, I also had the fast forward skits. Ernest the Engine. Aussies are good at taking piss out of Thomas the Tank Engine. It's in our blood. This is old Bibber. Old Bibber is named after Bibber Johnson, a Boer War criminal from Sodor. Actually, if you know your Australian history, it's like asking for redemption for Breaking Miranda after he shot his prisoners. Oh, everyone did it. Yeah, but Breaking Miranda was a war criminal. Don't justify it by calling him Australian. Chuff, chuff, chuff. That's what we're here for. Tell you what, the build in the Shed 17 to make it a horror story, this engine is also Adolf Hitler's grandfather. Keep that one in your thoughts at night. And And that's 110 minutes before I mention the war. That's a new record there, lads. Yeah, certainly Thomas is a good series to have a laugh with. You can always make jokes out of it, because even people who don't watch the show can understand. Ah, true. Give or take a minute, it still took me the better part of just on 2 hours to mention the war. That's a new record. So in that meantime, while I've been blobbing along, Glenn with 1 in. Yeah, fair enough. All's fair in love and war. There goes Glenn, picking up people at the Kirk Ronan Railway Company. Chuff, 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 chuff. And off he goes. Ever considered doing Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe? Nope. Haven't. I mean, if this becomes a regular thing, once we finish this island, I might do something else, but haven't thought of it at the moment. How many oil boats do I have? Goodness. What do I play other than this? Ooh, now we're getting into the streamer questions. Transport Fever 1 and Train Fever. No, you can probably see it because I keep opening my Steam up, actually. Mostly racing games, funnily enough. Big motorsports fan. R Factor 2 is the sim of choice at the moment, and I'm really into the historic content. So like 1950s Le Mans and 1960s sports cars. Don't mind them. Like my motorsport. I mean, if I don't have enough of a hobby with all of this, I've got other hobbies too outside. Just keeps building up. But it's good. I like saying I have a lot of hobbies and then never doing anything with them. Historic content in racing sims nowadays are Holdens and Fords. Mack Corp was working on Glenn Seaton's, well, really a Ford V8 supercar from 1993, and I really wish I'd finished that. That would have been good to see. Because I'll tell you what, one thing I learned as a kid, the best motor racing in the world was early V8 supercars. Too much grunt, not enough grip, dumb aerodynamics, boxy looking cars, and just on-track carnage. Good series, good racing. Rest in peace, Holden. You will be missed. You will be missed. I even drive a Holden. How Australian is that? My middle name may as well be Meat Pie. By Oko Meat Pie Films. I mean, actually, if you look at the earlier videos on the channel, surprise, surprise, a lot of them were historic motorsport events. Yeah, there's something for pub quiz trivia nights. The nearest big town to where I am used to host Formula One races back in the 1950s and 60s, and they've got a nice sort of. They used to have a nice motorsport festival there. Then the council ruined it. Oz rock bands. Yeah, historic content. By Oko Cold Chisel Meat Pie Monaro Films. Well, Australia nicest channel and take back the country from the whatever foreign menace we're supposed to be fighting these days. I don't know. There's always someone to bitch about. Crops. Knapford is going to be... They thought ahead at Knapford and said, we know we're going to become a big part of Season 2. Yeah, China. It's always China, isn't it? I mean, I've got reasons to hate the Chinese, and most of them are evidence. They're not exactly the friendliest people in the world. But, yeah, you say that, but I know some Chinese people who are alright, and I know some who are alright. They eat, sleep, and breathe the same way you do. Chinese people are probably the most ordinary people in the world. Where it is. This section will be blue line. I do find the people who complain most about Chinese influence in Australia now are people who brought about their own problems and haven't thought about fixing them. Don't blame China. You created the power vacuum with your economy. Now you're surprised everything's turned to grey. Labor or Liberal? Independent. It's sort of... you may... I like to decide my candidates at the time of the election, but you may as well just say shot or strangled. I say independent, but I know the candidates I vote for don't usually get in. Edgelord, too right. Oh, you gotta be. Let the monkeys get away with too much in Parliament at the moment. I mean, I say, I vote independent. I might as well just say I wasted my votes. You know, it's not like it's actually doing anything. Ooh, birds. I'm an old cynic from way back. I don't trust the big parties, either of them. Gosh, this is a picturesque railway. Actually, dare I ask while the iron's still hot, who do you vote for then, Anthony? We'll get the opinions of both people watching this stream. Well, 3 people watching this stream. I think one of those is me. And I doubt we'll actually get everyone saying, so might as well ask you. Probably because the other people watching might be from other countries. Ah, T on the vote. Pro-Liberal. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not going to stick the old jackboots on and stamp on you for your opinions, but it's wrong. But then if you'd said pro-Labor, I would have just told you to get nodded anyway, so... I say that in jest. Alright? They got solid economic policies, the Liberals. They always can spend their way out of an emergency, which has come in handy. Oh yeah, I broke the docks, didn't I? Whoops. We'll really plan ahead. Dear. Either way. I always say that when I'm going to wrap something up, so just so you know. Suppose the night's getting on a bit. I'll be going to bed soon anyway, so we'll wrap up the stream, Andy. I think everyone else has shut off, but certainly thanks for popping in, Anthony. And, oh no, our other viewer. Don't know if that's Vetro or Victor from before. Either way, thanks for sticking around. I never envisaged this series being me, you know, where I go on and film Saves the World by having a chat to everyone, but it's nice just to, you know. We're all in an interesting spot at the moment. Goodness knows where we're going. So we might as well have a bit of fun and have a bit of a chat with Australia's favourite Thomas the Tank Centric YouTube people for the years 2000 and Australia's most popular Thomas the Tank Centric YouTube people between the years of 2011 and 2018. We'll say 2019, but you don't know what's going to happen from there on out. It might kick up again. We've certainly seen a lot of good people coming through recently. I've no doubt. I've seen the Pommy Mob and TRXN and all that. They're bringing new people in, and it's absolutely kicking on. But I better stop here. I'll be here all night just doing stuff. Problem, Cornwall. Also, they bought a Jenny Lind. Sort of can't wait for next week to finish this now. Oh, not finish it, but keep going. Gosh, that's a nice model now. The Jenny Lind used to be an ugly little thing when it came out. Bebley. Nah. It's a dumb name. Leg Up Jones. popular dance of Sodor times. Hello again, Josh07. Message retracted. I saw you right, hello. Yeah, so we got a nice blue line there running through Knapford. There he goes, legs up Jones or whatever crap name I gave it. Glennon. Hello, gonna go now, just want to say hello to you two. So yeah. Oops. Wrong button. Hopefully I bring up the right custom overlay this time. I keep assigning them and I shouldn't. Hey! Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I'm not tabbing yet, just to bring up videos for a little bit. Yeah, all good. This has been by Oak Island Films on YouTube. Pleasure as always. Stay safe out there in the wild old world at the moment, and don't look into the sun. And I'll probably get halfway through next week and we'll post the times that we're gonna start the next one. See yous around.